Okay, so hopefully you can hear me. This is a quick get ready with me, if you haven't already read that downstairs. Down below, not downstairs. Anyway. Hi, I'm Stanzi and welcome to this space which I call my house. Well, this room is currently my house, so it is also where I film. Okay, so to start, I've already set a base. So I have my BB cream from Garnier and my foundation from Dior. The Dior liquid, no, forever liquid foundation. I can't remember. And I usually do my foundation and base in the bathroom. That's why I don't have it here with me. But if I remember, I'll insert an image here of it so that you'll know which one I'm talking about. Okay, so makeup. I'm heading to work. I'm at the gallery this weekend, so nothing over the top. I kind of like being relaxed when I'm at the gallery. Well, sometimes I use a lot of makeup, but sort of the mood I'm in sort of dictates the kind of amount of makeup, rather. So I've set a base. I don't always wear foundation, so that in itself is quite a lot. So I think, I might be wrong, but I think I will go quite somber, just sort of a natural look. However, I wanted to use my deep palette because I've used it so little, and it's not much of a somber look for this one, so we'll see at the end where I end up. But to start off, some kind of eye base, some kind of let's see, we'll go in with the dark Infinity palette. No, not dark, I mean that it's black. It's just called Infinity palette. And this one is crushed now because, well, there's barely anything left, as you can see. Favorite highlight. But I'm going in with the Maffei, and I quite believe that if you follow me, you've seen me use this here on my brow bone before. It's sort of the same shade as I get when I use the BB cream from Garnier medium that I like to use, because very few eye primers set my makeup. It sort of creases during the day and the BB cream from Garnier doesn't, so it sort of allows my makeup to look flawless for about 8 hours, and then I get home and usually look myself in the mirror and I'm slightly amazed that makeup has lasted so well so long. Okay, so that's that. You can't really see much of a difference, and that's why I like it, because it sort of helps when you blend with other shades to have already another eyeshadow there, but it sort of looks very neutral. Okay, so that's it for this Infinity palette, and now I'm gonna go in with the Infinity Deep palette, which I already showed you is this one. They are both from Linda Hallberg, if I didn't say, and if you didn't know. I'm going in with Lightyear, I think. The brush I used before and the brush I'm going to use now, which is the same kind of brush, just different one, if I can get it clean. Let's see. Yeah, that one. They are from Makeup Store, and they are called Blender Wide 708. And this with the skull, they usually don't come with a skull, they usually just look like this. It's just that they had sort of a limited edition of these ones, and I have a few with this end, otherwise I have a few with just the silver end, and the new ones for this year they're just black. So you know, it's the same brush, but it may look different, if you get it now. Lightyear, which is that one there. Then I'm gonna go in with Umbra, I think, and then a tad of Redshift. So Lightyear first, and I'm starting with Lightyear on the crease, or right above the crease rather. Can you see? Sort of creating a more darker effect. And then slightly blend. So there we are. Oh, the room suddenly went a bit darker. I'm gonna do my second eye and then I'm going to see if I can do something about the light. The sun was out and the light was perfect, and now the sun seems to have found a cloud. My eyes don't crease exactly the same on both eyes, which is kind of normal because you're not 100% symmetrical from one side to your face to your other, but that does mean that I sort of have to consider a bit exactly where I place my eyeshadow when I want it to be on a certain place. I don't know if you can see, but it's sort of, well, if you look just where my crease is, it sort of shuts a bit differently. You can see when I open my eyes? I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it shuts a bit differently. I can see it anyway. So I have to, usually this I can put a bit lower, because when I open my eyes a lot of it ends up in the crease, whereas this one, the sort of the skin bends above the crease instead of going inside the crease, if you understand what I'm saying. So I have to sort of put it a bit higher up, otherwise it will sort of come down more. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying, but hopefully you can. Otherwise just see what I'm doing and hopefully you'll notice that there is a slight difference to it, which is also the tip I will give you. Consider, you know, not perhaps doing it exactly 100% the same way, because your eyes might be slightly different, so to get the same effect you might have to alter a bit. That's it. Now I'm gonna see if I can change the lighting a bit, so hang on. That's kind of a stark difference, isn't it? Okay, so now you can see the shades even better. I should have done this before I started the makeup, but as I said, the sun was shining, so maybe it's too bright. Anyway, I can change that in editing as well. The white might be a bit too white. Anyway, okay, so that was Light Year, the shade I used just above my crease. And now I'm thinking I don't want to go in with Umbra. No, I'm gonna start with Redshift first and probably apply it quite softly over the entire lid, and then I might go in with Umbra just on the outer corner. Let's see, now I mixed my brushes, that wasn't good.
Which were the ones that I already used?
This one again is the same kind of brush. They are all the same. What did I say it was called? Blender Wide 708. So I actually have a fourth which doesn't have the skull, because I really like the fluffiness of these blending brushes. Yeah, okay, going in with Redshift. And I know I can use a flat brush for this as well, but I find that for the way I like to apply makeup, which is a very light base of it, I find that if I use a flat brush, at least for me, I have too much fallout. And I have sensitive eyes that will get really watery throughout the day if I have too much eyeshadow falling during the day. So applying with blending brushes for me work perfectly. Oh, I like it! See, second eye. Oh, itchy! Okay. Here we are. Oh, there's a raven outside my window. And it has a twig. Oh, it's building a nest. I love spring. It's building a nest. That's nice. Then I bring it up, and again, as I said, my eyes shut a bit differently, so when I sort of bring up the shade on this side, I sort of have to not bring it up as high as I do on this eye, because otherwise it will end up sort of on the crease, if you will, and that's not where I want it now. I want it just below the crease. So takes practice, it takes noticing those little differences on yourself to get your makeup perfect as you want it. And even then, sometimes you don't get it right, and sometimes I find that I get it right, and you might look at me and kind of go, it looks a bit wonky, but I'm the one wearing it, and if I'm happy, what does it matter really? Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna bring red shift just below my eyes as well. However, I should use more. I'm going to use the shading angle 710 from Makeup Store, which, as you can see, has a slight angle. Hopefully you can see it. Has a slight angle. I'm going to use the tip, just the tip, because I don't want to get up and get another brush. So I'm just using the tip, and I'm gonna try to not block the camera. And that right below. And then I'm gonna go in with what was it called? Light Year, and shade, well, you'll see. First this eye. Okay, I wasn't planning on dragging it all under my lower bottom, but now I have, so excuse me. And now I'm going in with, was this the right brush? Yes, it was. Light Year, which was the lighter shade, not the lightest, but the one I used just above my crease, not on the brow bone. And that one I'm just gonna smudge underneath the entire and sort of connect it up to the, well, upper eyelid basically. And the same on this side. I don't know if you can hear the, well, that isn't a crow, that's a, what's that one called? That is called a, oh, I know this name in English. It's not a crow, it's not a raven, it's a magpie. White and black. Yeah. It's on the rhododendron I have right outside my window. Now it flew away. Maybe you couldn't hear it and don't know what I'm talking about, but I could hear it anyway. Is it sort of even? Kind of is. So, I was thinking beforehand that I wanted winged liner with this, but now I don't feel like it anymore. And since it's my face, I'm not doing it. Okay, so that's it. Some eyeliner on the waterline. There. I am using my trusted Makeup Store eyeliner, which is the one that, well, I like, and currently it's the only one that I am using, because I've packed away every other. So the one from Hallberg, the black pencil, because it's not an eyeliner, it's a pencil. It's very good as well, but again, I've packed away most of my makeup now, so this is what I will be using for about, I don't know, 2 more weeks before I move and pack up everything. Whew, poke myself. And a little bit just on the corner, because I want to sort of, well, just give that look today. It looks different when you go above the entire waterline, so I just want to go about half today. Okay, that is did for the eyes. Bring that one a bit higher up, perhaps. Here we are. Should I do some kind of contour? I don't know. Do I want to do some kind of contour? Ooh! Blinding myself there. That's the question though, isn't it? Do I want to? I only want to go in with blush actually. I want it to be very neutral. Sort of, the eyes almost look more tired than anything, but that's what I'm going for today. Sort of darkened. Which some people get. Mine can get a bit darkened, but not kind of this shade of darkened, sort of naturally when you're not wearing makeup. Some people do have it sort of like this, or more red or things like that. Which, for my personal style, I would love if my eyes looked like that natural. I could just wear eyeliner some days and not do much more than that. Eyeliner and blush and a lipstick, and I would feel like I'm done. But I have to sort of, well, fake this look by adding these shades. Now, if you are paler than me, then these shades will obviously not look, they will still look neutral, but not in the same way that they look on me, because as you can see, those two are the shades I used. Yeah, on someone this one might look more browner, sort of in contrast to their own skin, whereas to mine they sort of blend in a bit more, which I like. Okay, so I'm going to use, I need to buy a new one, Blush Peach from Makeup Store, which is sort of 95% of the blushes I use, well, like 80%. When I use blush, that's the one I go for, because I like it, and it matches my skin very well, so it's a very safe bet, and I don't have to spend a lot of money on other blushes. Which, it's nice to do, but sort of this is my everyday blush, so I rather make sure that I have this one at home than to buy a whole bunch of other blushes that I will use like, I don't know, 5 times a year. Which I do have a few, again, packed down. I think I have 2 others from Makeup Store than the one that is in the original Infinity palette. I like to mix those 2 sort of pinkish, purplish shades, which I'm sure you have seen me do before. Bring that a bit higher up on the cheek, so that you look almost sun-kissed or warm, rather than sort of blush down here. It sort of becomes more centered on the apple. You notice that's why I smiled. That you notice more higher up than lower. Sort of bring it up a bit. Gives a very fresh looking face. I was thinking about lipstick, but I've been kind of lazy with lipstick lately. And now that I look like this, very natural, I might actually not. Just use lip balm. I like the look. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. I am going to leave it like that. Should I one mascara. Mascara. I am using, I should have used. Okay, so I wanted to do a face only using Swedish products, but I am quite certain that I've packed away my other mascara, so I'm going to use the Lash Expert Twist Brush Mascara Double Effect from by Terry. So otherwise I would have used, for the same effect really, because I'm not going to twist the brush now, I'm just going to use it for lengthening. So for the same effect I would use Multi Lash from Makeup Store, which I really like as well. It also has very, well, when the brush is like this, before twisting it, when you sort of have it untwisted, that's the way that brush looks from Makeup Store. So it sort of just elongates. And I'm just going to do it on my outer. Look at that! It's very, very effective, as you can probably see. And as I said, I only want to use it on my outer corner, on the upper lash row. Oh, damn it. I did something I never do. Look at that. Darn it. I never do. That never happens to me. Sometimes I might, you know, get a bit too close to my nose. But on my cheek, oh, I don't know if you can see it there. Anyway, I'm just gonna let my, I'm gonna let the mascara dry before picking it off. There we are. Oh. Look at that! The natural look sort of disappeared a bit, and suddenly, you know, that little change of mascara really just opens your eyes up a bit more. I brought that one a bit closer up than I did on the other side. I noticed that now. Yeah. There. Closer. There we are. That's a bit more even. That's the look. I could. I don't know. No, I'm gonna leave it like that. Actually, I am. That's it for today. A quick get ready with me. And now I'm heading off to work. I will be doing my nails before I head to work though. I had a pen at work yesterday and it sort of exploded a bit on me. So there, I don't know if you can tell. It was red ink. So I washed off the majority, but I decided to just try to get as much of my nail polish off instead and paint it over. So I'm gonna do that before heading to work as well. That's it for today. Oh, it got really warm. Thank you very much for watching, and subscribe if you haven't already, like the video if you haven't, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye! If you leave a comment, be kind to one another, remember that I'm a cybersmiler, and if you don't know what that is, I'll leave the link down below so you can read up all about it.